everybody, I'm Damon Hatfield. I'm joined by the cast and director of Kong Skull Island, the interview I've been most excited for to do at Comic-Con this year. No lie, I'm a huge Godzilla, King Kong, kaiju fan.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm really excited to be here. We're joined by Tom Hiddleston, John Goodman, Jason Mitchell, and director Jordan Vogt-Roberts. Yeah. And who are all your friends that you brought along with you, Tom?
Oh, I just thought I'd introduce you to the crowd.
Yeah, there's also a little bit of a crowd that's joining us out here today.
Yeah, good group. Yeah, good group.
They rock. Our friends in San Diego.
No, guys, you unveiled your first trailer today.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
it's so exciting.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like, you know, we've seen King Kong in movies before. We know the story they've told before. What's exciting to me is that we're getting a new story,
Right.
new Kong. We don't know what's going to happen. Jordan, tell us about your King Kong.
Our King Kong is very different than all the other Kongs. It was really important to us to tell a new story within the mythology.
Yeah.
We've had so many remakes and reboots in recent years of everything, and Kong is a franchise that has been remade so many times already that if we were going to do it, we wanted to, and for people like this to be involved, we needed a reason to do it. And
Yeah.
so we wanted to put people in a place where they're confronted with a god. They're confronted with something much larger than themselves, and it's an adventure film, and it's just a crazy story about people trying to survive in really unlikely scenarios.
The biggest Kong we've ever seen on film, right? That's what we've said?
Technically, in Toho's Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah,
well,
that's true.
Got to be technical about
Man
that.
knows his
so.
Kong movies.
Yeah, it's good. I'm impressed.
But he's enormous because fundamentally, I wanted all of these guys to be able to look up at him, to be able to look at this creature towering over you, and to say, that's a god.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a god, and so the reason he's big is not, oh, he's big for big's sake. It's to elicit a certain emotion from these characters.
Well, Tom, John, and Jason, tell us a little bit about each of your characters.
I play a man called Captain James Conrad, who is former British SAS and an expert in tracking and jungle survival, basically. He's the commander on the ground.
Okay.
It's interesting. He comes from an interesting background. You know, he's in a group with a lot of American soldiers and scientists and explorers, so he has his own angle on things. And in some senses, he's quite isolated by his skill set. He doesn't know quite why he's been employed to lead this expedition, but he's interested in the reasons why.
Interesting. John?
My character's named Bill Randa. He's works for a mysterious U.S. government agency, and he actually brings all the elements together to the island.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that you're somehow connected to the government agency from Godzilla that knows about some of these other creatures that are out there.
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, Jason, how about your character?
I play Lieutenant Glenn Mills. I'm a helicopter pilot and also a sky devil, a very loyal sky devil who will go to the ends of the earth to protect his people, but also a bit of a comedic relief, you know, so I kind of give people a few smiles. I got a few wisecracks in there.
Yeah, I mean, like the trailer has a very sort of dark, serious tone, so sounds like some comic relief will be welcome.
Yeah, you definitely need me to light up the...
There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of levity in the film as well. Like it's an intense thing, but there's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the fun that we had working with each other came across on screen, I think.
Yeah. You know, I mentioned Godzilla. Legendary has been very open about the fact that they are planning Godzilla versus King Kong movie. But in your movie, are you planting any seeds or putting any sort of connective tissue to connect the movies, or is it a totally standalone thing?
Our job, first and foremost, is to tell our story,
Sure.
to make sure that it's a self-contained narrative that works on its own. Obviously, when making these bigger franchises, you need to sort of future-proof things. So there's all sorts of things built into this, but our job is to fundamentally tell a story about these characters and Kong.
Okay. You also have Brie Larson in the cast. Yeah. Traditionally, King Kong has a thing for girls and tends to get infatuated with girls.
Yeah, it was great. We had a off-screen feud that culminated into a fist fight, which we got on film.
Wow.
It was pretty vicious. She fights dirty.
I look
She's
forward.
a dirty fighter. But we're very explicitly not doing the Beauty and the Beast story.
Yeah.
We're not doing the damsel in distress story. We want to tell a new story and show audiences a new story with Kong, with Skull Island.
She has a crush on Kong, and he rejects her.
Yeah, it's
Blows
more of
her
like
off.
a rom-com,
Yeah,
really.
that's good.
Yeah.
No, like legitimately, I'm so excited. I'm glad King Kong and Godzilla are a thing.
We're just like
today.
the people seem to be responding to the trailer.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a great
this
trailer.
interview for me, just so you know, I used to read this site when it was IGN 64.
Nice.
Like way back in the day.
Old school. That's
Old
great.
school. And
Yeah.
so we're just like that people are responding to this, and people are, we've been working on this for so long, and to finally be able to bring it here and to sort of unveil it to the world, and I think people are seeing like, oh,
Yeah.
this movie has a reason for being.
Jordan and I met almost 2 years ago.
Cool.
To talk about it.
Yeah.
And we sat down in a diner in Nashville, and he told me his dream about making a film where characters go to real places that you believe in because they exist.
Yeah.
You know, the Skull Island is made up of locations in Hawaii and Australia and Vietnam, and really, inspiring people to believe in the power of myth.
Yeah.
And Kong is a myth. He's an icon that's endured in cinema for almost 100 years, and it's a privilege for all of us to get to reinterpret that.
I can't wait to see what you've done. I can't wait to see the biggest Kong since Godzilla versus King Kong. Guys,
Technicality,
Yeah,
important,
exactly.
nerdy technicality.
thank you so much for coming by the show.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
movie's
Thank you for
out.
having
Movie's
us.
out next year.
Next year, March.
Next
March
March.
2017.
Awesome.
March
Cool.
the
Be there,
10th,
be square.
I'm totally gonna be there. It's Kong Skull Island. Stay tuned. We're about to wrap things up here on Day 3 of Comic-Con on IGN after this.
Ow!